Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be installing a TRX 2.5R engine into my Tmaxx Classic. So this is the stock engine. I've just been needing a new one. Installation is pretty easy. A little bit harder than uninstalling one though. So let's get into it. Okay, so first off, I need to remove this little clip or rod, whatever you want to call it, from my old exhaust pipe and put it on my new one, same way it came off. Alright, so, and take this off. So now I gotta install my Easy Start, or your pull start, or your bump box back plate. All depends on what you're using. I'm using the Easy Start, so this back plate was unscrewed when I bought it, so I gotta put new hardware in it. Alright, so I found some screws that are probably 100% not supposed to be in here, but they fit, so I put them on there anyway. Not advised, by the way. I recommend getting the proper hardware, but I'm lazy and cheap, so I didn't. Alright, so next things next. So before we put on the fuel lines and the throttle line, what I should have done is put on the Easy Start first. So when you're putting on the Easy Start first, you're going to unscrew one of these. It doesn't matter which one. Okay, so once that's out, there's this yellow cord on the Easy Start, assuming you have an Easy Start. If you don't have an Easy Start, you don't have to do this, but put the screw through there and then retighten it. This is the ground for the glow plug, so if you don't do that, then you're gonna have to use a regular glow plug, which you can do. I just like doing this because it's a super nice setup. I don't have to, I have to charge one battery and that's it. Saves a lot of hassle. So now I'm going to screw on my Easy Start. Alright, so there's my Easy Start on. So once you've done that and installed the Easy Starter and stuff, this blue wire goes to your spark plug, glow plug, dang it. And then you just grab onto it and you just press it in there firmly onto the glow plug. Alright, you don't think it's gonna pop out, then it probably won't, and you're good. So next step is going to be putting on the throttle cable, exhaust line, which is the top line on the tank. Then pop on the fuel line, which is this one down here. And in case you're wondering why the heck is there an exhaust line, that doesn't seem like something a normal car would have or whatever, it's because since these tiny little engines and tiny little cars don't have fuel pumps, they use the exhaust flow to blow air into the tank and pressurize it so that the fuel comes out the line. Otherwise, you wouldn't get enough fuel, and that is not a good thing. Trust me, I've had it happen before, and I wish it didn't happen, but it did. So this is kind of confusing me. There we go. It's gonna be a tight squeeze. So like I said, these Traxxas trucks are pretty compact. They use all the space that they can. Come on. Which can be an upside, but it's also a downside. Very large downside sometimes. Bam, there we go. Okay, so now that that's in, there's this little harness right here. Go and unscrew that real quick. And so the way this works, this black plastic part right here is going to go under the rear shock tower into this little mounting hole right here. And then this guy's gonna pop up there. Oops, came off. There we go. So just like that. Tighten the screws, and don't over tighten these. There's no need to get them snug. There's no torque rating or whatever, because this is into plastic and it's not a vital part of the car. That's what it should look like in the end. Alright, so now we're good to start screwing the motor onto the frame of the truck. So my motor mount from this engine I bought is actually snapped, which is fine because I only had 3 screws anyway. I think my other one got stripped out. So, jeez, this truck is not light. Let's get this one into here. And let's get this one into this one. Then get this last one into this hole down here, and this one's kind of tricky. The visibility levels are lower, but there we go. So tighten them up until they're as tight as it can get without stopping the motor from moving, because you want to be able to move the motor from side to side so that you can adjust the clearance. Alright, So what you're looking for is a tiny bit of play, but you don't want too much play because then you're going to strip out your gears. So there we go, that's about perfect. I actually did strip out my gears once on this truck. Once you tighten it, make sure that the gear mesh is still the way you want it. I'm gonna keep doing this off camera because it's gonna take me a while. Okay, finally got my gear mesh set pretty perfectly. I have a tiny little bit of play, but it still grabs and it doesn't lock up, so that's perfect. So now I'm going to do the exhaust. So stick the screw up and then just get some needle nose pliers for the nut. One tightened up exhaust and firm motor. So last thing to do, put your air filter on. And this Tmaxx requires, if you buy an air filter from Traxxas, I'd recommend getting this TRX high intake one. It's like 3 times bigger than the stock ones, and yeah, that's awesome. It's a really nice air filter. It's relatively inexpensive, I'd say. It's not cheap. I think it's probably like $20, 15, 20 bucks, something like that. Make sure that it's not scraping against the gear. And there we go. That is how you install a Traxxas TRX 2.5 or 3.3. A 3.3 goes in the exact same way. It's just slightly bigger. So yeah, I hope this video was able to help somebody out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Consider liking and subscribing, and see you in the next one.